Tail wag number 108. The workers have the active responsibility in the field and not passive compliance. The employer creates the training, writes the procedures, provides the equipment, and builds the culture. And all of that matters. But none of it works in the field without the worker running it. Alone, in real time, under conditions that your employer may never have designed for. That is not a passive role. Workers must not perform tasks outside their training or comfort level. Safety takes priority over completing a scheduled task. And this is not optional, it is a requirement. You have 8 responsibilities. Those 8 responsibilities are pretty straightforward. Follow all procedures. Procedures are not suggestions. They exist because someone analyzed what can go wrong and built controls around it. Use personal protective equipment consistently. Arrive prepared for the day. The weather shifts, animals change. What worked at last week's visit may not work at today's visit. Report hazards immediately, the same day. The window for accurate documentation closes fast, and patterns only become visible when the data exists. Maintain your situational awareness, active attention inside and outside the home, not rushing through to hit the next visit. Evaluate animal body language continuously, not just at the door, but throughout the visit. Prior familiarity does not eliminate risk. Exercise your stop work authority. You are authorized, and you are expected to stop work. It's part of the job description if things are not going the way they should. 8 is maintain your professional boundaries. Maintain those boundaries with the animals, the clients, and the home environments. Boundaries are there to protect you, the animal, and the company. Number 1 on that list is follow procedures, but it has a corollary that is just as important. Workers must not attempt tasks that are beyond their training and comfort level. In practice, in pet sitting, this is hard. The pet needs medication, the client is counting on you, and it feels easier to push through uncertainty than stop and make a call. But consider the alternative. The worker who forces medication into a struggling animal risks a bite, a missed dose, and an injured pet. A worker who attempts veterinary level restraint without proper training risks serious injury to themselves. The discomfort of stopping and calling is smaller every time than the cost of what happens if you don't. Questions for your team this week. Have you ever pushed through a task you weren't sure about? What happened, and what would you do differently today? Question 2. What makes it hard to call your supervisor in the middle of a visit, and what would make it easier? And question number 3. Which of those 8 responsibilities do you feel most confident about, and which one could you strengthen? The key takeaway this week is that worker responsibility is active, not passive. It requires continuous attention, honest self-assessment, and the confidence to stop when stopping is the right call. That's it for this tail wag session this week. Have a safe and productive week.